Let's have it right. Up the Chels, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. I hope everyone is doing well in life. First and foremost, you know what to do. Smash the piece that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button, noti button as well. And we've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership down below in the description. Salute to all the Minerals FC Ultras. Salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things they'll never see. And salute to the no surrender mentality. And happy new year to every single one of you Minerals FC Ultras out there and all the Chels landing the damn Minerals. Because let's have it right. Yeah, breaking news from last night. Enzo Maresca has parted ways with BlueCo, not Chelsea. They say getting sacked by Chelsea is a compliment these days. No, getting sacked by BlueCo is a compliment these days because they're the biggest clowns in the history of football with this kindergarten Epstein FC model that's never worked in the history of football and it ain't ever going to work. We're 4 years into this so-called project, according to Pinocchio in the human form, Paulstein, who says after 4 transfer windows you can judge the project and the ownership. Now it's switched to 7 transfer windows, and we've had that 7th transfer window. We've spent £2 billion notes, and where are we now? We've gone from Thomas Tuchel, our elite manager who they inherited, they sacked for Jellyfish Potter. They brought us and sacked him and brought in Bottle Tino, who decided to land it and do his things his way near the end of the season, having no traffic cone in the midfield and Conor Gallagher in the middle of the park with Casado. And all of a sudden, Cole Palmer playing right wing, not number 10, gets 43 GA and saves us from relegation that season. And we go all the way to get top 6 and play the Conference League. Oh, fantastic. He gets sacked for calling it out, saying we're mid-tables our reality and I don't want to rely on inexperience and kids and injuries. And then we get Enzo Maresca. But before Enzo Maresca, who do we get, bruv? I'll tell you who we get. We had Frank Lampard as interim manager, and we also had Bruno Mars, the backroom staff for Jellyfish Potter. So that's 5 managers. We have now gone through 5 managers since the ownership of BlueCo and Clown Lake, the free ring circus, and we got nothing to show for it. We're in the gutter. We should be winning titles galore. We should be landing the Minerals, dominating European football in the Champions League. This is the first time we got Champions League football, winning a Conference League. Oh, what are we doing here? Let's have it right. So Enzo Maresca's parted ways. He's sick of having them intervene, going in and out of dressing rooms. Ed Barley suing match with his Birkin bag and his scripted Bonnie BlueCo narratives. Feliciano, it's more important to build business value than win or lose on the field. Is that right? You clown, smiling wrong'un. Let's have it right. And you got Meatloaf Tout Bowley. Let's have it right. Chairman at Chelsea, milking our club for £1 note, 20 million. Oh yes he is. And then after 5 years that guy switches over to Clown Lake Capital. Oh, it's all pre-planned, premeditated. He's played sporting director when he first joined. They had Tuchel in a WhatsApp group. And he come out, he cancelled it. He left the WhatsApp group because he was sick of it. They forced him to play Pulisic, the Captain America. He said, no, I want these players, I want that. They forced Ronaldo on him. He refused it 7 times. They like to intervene. They think they know best. His private equity melts, yeah? And this Meatloaf Tout Bowley, who's got Vivid Seats, milking and outpricing every pop of Chels, charging £5 a dugout seat. When I was in the dugout, yeah, and I said, and I stood up and I said, this is not Chelsea. When Jellyfish Potter, we're losing 1-0 and we lost to 1-0 to Southampton, and Reece James looks at me. Reece knew exactly what time it was, bruv. And they knew they couldn't allow anyone in the dugout, so they charge you £5 for a dugout seat now. What a disgrace, yeah? And these lot don't give a shit about the heritage, the culture, Chelsea Football Club. They've destroyed and dismantled everything Roman Abramovich built. And on top of that, they filled an agenda on Don Roman. Oh, how about that? They feed an agenda on Don Roman, blaming him for PSR breach, when these lot are stripping every asset at Chelsea Football Club under BlueCo Holdings, their hedge fund. Their hedge fund, yeah, has the women's team, the club hotels, the car park, the Strasbourg multi-club, Chelsea Football Club as a whole. Everything is stripped, asset stripped, to amount to a higher value under the hedge fund of BlueCo. And on top of that, Roman left us 1.72 billion debt free, We were debt-free, ready to land it. Build with Thomas Tuchel won us Champions League, Super Cup, Club World Cup in less than 13 months, like a general, bruv. And now landing minerals with England. And we've gone down and down the pecking order in level of manager, down and down the pecking order, where they've stripped every single Champions League, Club World Cup, Super Cup winning player for our Chelsea Football Club, and only one last man standing is Reece Beast James, bruv. And that is it. And they even probably tried to flog him for a pound note for pure profit. They flogged every player, Cobham player of value for pound note. This is the blueprint at Clown Lake Capital and BlueCo Holdings, yeah? This is what they do. This is how they act. They don't care about the supporters, they call us customers. So what do you want to do about it? What does anyone want to do about it? You've been trusting this process, a process you have no knowledge about because of these brown envelopes, these blue tick accounts. Egg Barley, you melt, yeah? Following Vinci, following Chelsea Accountability, that wrong and platform, following multiple Twitter accounts that influence on the platform to engage all the Gen Z supporters that don't know nothing about football and bring this new age bullshit to Chelsea Football Club and out all the heritage and all the proper Chelsea and legacy supporters, all for a pound note, to hide behind the true narrative and the reality which I've been exposing for 3 years. And I warned you and I told you about it and you didn't want to listen. So now you better listen good, yeah? And my tits, let's have it right, the librarian. He's putting out BlueCo out now for the time being. This is how he feels. Fuck your feelings, bruv, yeah? Let's have it right. You had every ample opportunity to land it, and now you want to land it, you want to dip your toes in the water, bruv. You're swimming with the fishes, and let's have it right. Johnny Minerals is on a boat, landing it, bruv, yeah? Speedboat, in Venice, living life, bruv. Not like you little melts in your mum's basement or with your big six little fucking Big Brother house to control the narrative, yeah? And Eunice talks BlueCo, you're a disgrace. You asking AI how we can solve Chelsea when you expose Vivid Seats with me. What are you doing here, bruv? You exposed the debt, the 2 billion debt that they took on our football club, 1.2 billion with double-digit interest rates, yeah, from Aries Management, preferred shareholder, that has to be paid first before they can take their money. And then you got the JP Morgan Bank, the Bank of America, with an 8% interest rate. And that is what they've done. They put our debt-free club that Roman gifted us into massive debt and spent 2 billion on a stock market of players to buy and flip players. And people say, oh, how are they making profit? We're not winning anything. You're a long way from that Super Glamour. You don't have to win anything. Just like Spursy, the most profitable club. You don't have to win trophies to make money. They're making profit, flipping players like burgers in Burger King, mate. That's what they're doing. And they're loving life, brother. Amortising contracts 24/7. That's the blueprint. They build a sustainable business for profit making, not winning Premier Leagues and Champions League where Chelsea belong. If you spend £2 billion notes, you should be winning the Premier League, Champions League, like Don Roman for 1 year, brings in Jose Mourinho, brings in Peter Kenyon, lands the minerals. We got Kerry Winstanley, Stuart Little, Joe Shields with his black book from Man City, who have got no experience, no qualifications, but they're earning their Bonnie BlueCo stripes. Let's have it right. They're going in and out the dressing room with Siri Merchant Egg Barley, and that's why what? Enzo Maresca's falling out of Egg Barley. Everyone's falling out with this wrong'un. He's a disgrace. Get out of our football club. You block me on X because you know who I am. You call up YouTube with Meatloaf Tout Bowley and get me shadow banned and try and suppress my voice. Well, let's have it right. You can't suppress me no more. Yeah? It's win, lose, draw, BlueCo out. That's the narrative, yeah? Benson Edges. Whoa, you're loving life now, ain't ya? You have to go back on the BlueCo out like you were on my streams, landing the minerals. You have to do exactly how it's got to be said. Your 10% discount merchants, you're in the mud, yeah? Every single one of you. And Goldfish, you're a disgrace, mate, yeah? While you're in the penthouse, oh, what are you doing? Celebrating, getting in the after party. How was that arranged? How did you arrange to get to Club World Cup? How did you get on Talk Shite? Talking about title charge. Where are you now? You're at the fishbowl and you're still trying to salvage those brown envelopes because your cousin relation, a Finkelstein, you're a disgrace. You're a wrong'un, yeah? talking about political matters to do with your family, when it should be Chelsea supporters should be the family. That should come first, because our club's in the mutter, it's in the gut, it's in the shores, bruv, yeah? And even into Maresca, as much as he is a yes man, and he knows, yeah, he signed up for this, whether he likes it or not. He came in and said, no, I don't want any involvement in signings. I'm here to coach the players. He signed that contract, and now he wants to what? Because he won a Conference League, and he won a Club World Cup Trump trophy, a West Ham trophy, and now we got top 4 and 1 in a nutsack. This geezer thinks he's big bollocks, he's different gravy now. Like all these clubs are queuing up for him, the cigar holder at Pep. Have a day off, Maresca. I'm in your country mudding you. I do it 24/7, because I always said, they sack Maresca, it's done. What are you sponsoring now? What's the project saying? There is no project. The project's to make money. So what are you lot going to do about it? Paulstein, Fabrizio Romano, oh, no one's joking around about Chelsea now. Oh, they are. We're the biggest laughing stock in football. We've become an elite banter FC compared to Arsenal, who they're trying to base this whole trust the process on, yeah? A process that Lego still ain't won no major honour. This is not Chelsea. This is not the mentality, yeah? We're a winning machine. We were adored, hated and admired for the relentless standards at this football club. And we do not have that anymore. And that's because they've manipulated using all the brand envelope matrix media to control the narratives. And now your brand envelopes are running out. Now you've got no say. Let me list out, yeah, Maresca wanted a centre-back. He wanted Victor Osimhen because he was on the burner, begging him to come. You could have bought a world-class Galactico team for just $1 billion and we would be winning everything right now. But you didn't want to go down that route because it doesn't make you pound notes. You need to keep flipping players. But let me list you the players, yeah? Let me list you all the players that Maresca has had at this football club, yeah? Tozin, oh, Uncle Tozin, free from Fulham. Kellyman, Esteval Willian, baller. Let's have it right. Kellyman, bruv. Kellyman, yeah? Caleb Wiley, Drewsbury Wedding Hall, Viega, proper Chels, yeah? Mark Gui, who was loaned to Sunderland in the same transfer window, was brought back, and here we go, yeah? Caleb Wiley, Jorgensen, Anselmino on loan, Pedro Neto, João Felix 6 months later loaned and then sold a year later. Mike Penders, the new Courtois, ain't seen nothing. Sancho, so brought in on loan, didn't want to buy him, no obligations, got rid of him. Liam Delap, the builder, oh yes. Baby Kittens, Hato, the NATO defender, João Pedro, the new R9. The baby Costa Delap, they said, yeah, he's a plasterer, bruv, done his shoulder in. Oh, and Kendry Pires, the wonder kid that we signed at 15 years old. Where's he? He's going out vaping like Baby Lurch, like a general, bruv, yeah? And we got the Baby Lurch saying no to Garnacho, and you're sponsoring that. Sarr and Brunonets were taking players on loan from what? The Seagull Merchants, the same Seagull Merchants that these clowns and Igbali's basing the whole club model on. They ain't won no trophy in the history of their existence that says they're the most profitable club, they're the world best run club. But with Don Roman, he says we weren't terribly well managed on the sporting side, financial side, data side, marketing side. Let's have it right. The Bonnie BlueCo side is in the waters, bruv. Yeah, you're swimming with the fishes, mate. And we ain't fishing you out in the Minerals FC. You're going to stay exactly where you belong. Because it's trust the protest, yeah, and bin the process mentality now, yeah? These are the players that they brought into Maresca. It's the players, not just the manager. The manager's inexperienced. We're going lower and lower in quality in manager. And now I'm hearing rumours they want to bring in Liam Rosner, Matitz Rosner. Are you having a bubble? Is this a fucking wind up? Is that what we're doing here? It doesn't matter what manager you bring in. This pool of players is like Michael Barrymore's swimming pool. It stinks. It absolutely stinks. And this BlueCo have to be made accountable for all the crimes against Chelsea Football Club. And they got blood all over their hands. And not only that, Benson Edges, Eunice Talks BlueCo, The Librarian, Football Therapy, nearly 10% discount merchant, Rory Feld, Actor Jennings, yeah? Vincey, Chelsea Dodgers, Con, wants to cry about it now, do you? You got an agenda on me, you're the biggest wet wipe with a responsibility to use your platform. Pies and mash, meeting up with Finkelstein, yeah? Well, you didn't have pies and mash, you definitely had no gravy, bruv. But he let you know how you can get up the ladder to be a journalist and be kind to everyone, Finkelstein says, to all the engagement groups in your WhatsApps. Goldfish, you sellout. Bloodline relationships ownership. You're in the mud, my son. Yeah? Where are all you lot with trust the process now? Where are you? Where's the title charge now? What about Paulstein? What about Fabrizio Romano, 20-hour-a-day merchant? What about Tupac Jacobs, cousin relation to Goldstein, who sits on the board? This is a industry planted brown and bloody BlueCo matrix setup, and our club set up by the UK government to sanction Don Roman is the biggest crime against Chels Football Club, and no one stood up to protest about that. No one stands up to do anything. So this is my message, yeah? All the proper Chels, I'm seeing Chelsea legacy supporters thinking about giving up their season tickets, home and away season tickets. They've lost their manager, there's no connection to the players. These players are not good enough, they're rubbish. Bar 4 or 5 players and £2 billion spent is an absolute disgrace. Yeah? There's no connection to the ownership because they're only in it for pound notes. The model is the gaffer, the directors are put in place, they're yes men, the managers has to be micromanaged. They've told you all this and now you want to wave your red flags going, we should have seen the red flags. Fuck that. You're hiding behind these false pretenses, these opinions. You're hiding behind that. Not with me, don't wash, yeah? You got blood on your hands. You're all accountable for the downfall of Chelsea Football Club. And shame on you all, yeah? You don't love Chelsea. You're fugazis. And I'm the only one standing up, landing it from day one, exposing it. And all you did was feed me agenda. You tried to cancel me. I've been shadow banned, ridiculed, mocked. And do you know what I did? I continue to land the fucking minerals, bruv. Yeah? I don't stop. I'm no surrender mentality. Even ultras have turned against me when you said, oh, Chelsea are back. We were never back. And it was always win, lose, draw, BlueCo out. Yeah? I've had enough. And I will not stop. All the Chelsea need to come together and fight against this. And we can get them out. And the reason we can get them out, they can sell the football club. No billionaire ties themselves in for 10 years. No. Egbali, Siri Merchant, yeah? Wiz on Epstein Island, bruv, with Jeffrey Epstein, clipped in 5K. Feliciano and Clear Lake Capital that own the software of Ticketmaster. Milo Tautboli, who's with what? Oh yes, Vivid Seats and Chairman milking 20 million a year. All of you lot, yeah, you got your suits and boots on your necks, stamping on you, just like me on the Minerals FC. Because if you don't give them their pound notes, they want to be out. You need to know what to do, Chelsea supporters. Boycott the games, and we have to protest to get BlueCo out. BlueCo, I don't want to hear Bowley v Egbali. They're all in it together. They're all aligned. So let's have it right. Win, lose, draw, BlueCo out. Big up to all my ultras. Happy New Year, and it's going to be a great new year for 2026 to reclaim Chelsea Football Club. And I'll be back landing it, bruv. Don't you worry about it. I hope you've enjoyed the scenery while we're landing this Minerals edition. Yeah? You know what to do. Comments down below. Smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hype it. Love to all of you lot. Salute to our Don Roman. Up the Chels. Up the Minerals FC. Let's have it right.